5'10"? You call yourself short. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. The only thing I've ever been too small for was every roller coaster ever made, Perna. Today's question is a big one, with implications that could shape the future of humanity as we know it. Is Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray actually too small for the NFL? Will fans at games need binoculars to watch him play even when they have first row seats at the 50-yard line? His combine measurements are in. And as a short man who once visited Grand Lake, Oklahoma, I will answer this burning question for football fans across the amber waves of grain. That's good sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. This episode is sponsored by Audible. Sorry if I'm talking loud. I'm listening to my Audible audiobook right now. You could use my link in the description, audible.com/thatsgoodsports to start your free 30-day trial. Or just text That's Good Sports to 500-500. I, of course, downloaded the Game of Thrones audiobook with my free trial. I need to be prepared for the final season of Game of Thrones, and I am loving every minute of my audiobook. Audible members can choose 3 titles every month, 1 audiobook and 2 Audible originals you can't hear anywhere else. Audible members also get access to exclusive fitness programs, so you too can be prepared for the NFL Combine. Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet right now. Earth, that is. Can't speak for the entire universe where there are just, 100 billion galaxies, something you might learn by listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson's Origins. Again, audible.com/thatsgoodsports to start your free 30-day trial of listening to audiobooks on any device, anywhere. Start your free trial now, audible.com/thatsgoodsports, link below. At 5'10", I think Kyler Murray's too tall, but the point of this video is Kyler Murray too short? Let me start by saying, hell no. I'd like to follow that with a maybe. Let me throw a name at you, Doug Flutie. Here's another name, Doug Flutie. And a final name, Matt Saracen. Short quarterbacks can have success in the NFL, but we short people have been blackballed from getting a fair chance to start in the league harder than Colin Kaepernick was blackballed. I'd say we have been blacker balled, but I'm scared that somehow would be a racist comment. What I do know is it's time for short athletes to take back what is rightfully theirs, the quarterback position. You're only supposed to be a quarter of the size of a normal footballer to play QB, right? 5 points? No longer will we short athletes be looked down upon, and I mean that metaphorically because we are always going to be looked down upon no matter how much we hate it. Today, though, in a supposed weak quarterback draft class, doesn't Kyler Murray seem like the best, or at least second best QB in the draft? I know Denver Broncos fans are interested in Kyler Murray, and GM John Elway made some comments about playing as a short quarterback in the league. His quote was like something about only being able to see the field from shotgun, but if you go under center as a short guy, you will suck really hard. Which seems like flawed logic by Elway. Even if you're tall, don't you bend down to go under center? Looks like we're all the same size down here, doesn't it? That might be the dumbest thing John Elway has ever said. And we all just took his word for it because he played the position before. How would a tall guy like Elway know it's harder to be a short quarterback? He just made that shit up on the spot. Because he's a shortist. It's like when you take your car to the repair shop and they tell you your aorta valve is broken and your JJ belt is loose and it's going to cost you $1,200 to fix. You know the second thing sounds like a sandwich item from Jimmy John's, but you're in no place to question a waiter/mechanic fixing your Chevy Cruze at John Elway Chevrolet. Damn it, John, stop lying to me. You've got a monopoly on this city. Kyler Murray was officially measured at the Combine at 5'10", 1/8", and 207 pounds with a 9.5-inch set of hands. Great news for his girlfriend. Now the question we have to ask, are these measurements entirely legit? Did they check for tippy toes? Was he wearing the Costanza Timberlands? Did he stop taking any arthritis medication like OJ when he wanted the glove to look too small? I'm willing to go back to back with Kyler to remove any doubt. Kyler, I will pay you $100 to come on my show and stand cheek to cheek with me for short male empowerment. Male empowerment. But if this is real, and it looks that way, then this is going to be massive for his draft stock. He's only about a half-inch shorter than Russell Wilson now, and he's got 2 pounds on him currently, although we'll see if that holds up during the season. I, for one, want him weighed every week. This is how stupid NFL GMs and coaches are, though. If Murray was measured this much shorter, then he'd be too risky. Or 8 pounds lighter, and he'll get hurt the very moment a defensive lineman looks at him. Which again is an advantage for Kyler, as he will be really hard for defensive linemen to even see. Basically, it's time to start taking him seriously as a contender for the #1 overall draft pick, whether it's the Cardinals making that selection or another team trading up. Between Drew Brees, Mike Vick, Russ Wilson, and the legendary Fran Tarkenton, albeit in a different era, we know hovering around the 5'10" range seems pretty manageable. The biggest problem with short quarterbacks is they don't get a fucking chance. They are weeded out in high school and college and basically banned from the NFL. That's the elephant in the room. The tiny, undersized, weak elephant. The short QB narrative doesn't have evidence behind it. The small sample, pun intended, we do have is positive. NFL GMs are willing to ignore everything they see on the field with a guy like Murray because they don't want to be seen with the short QB. They're like a woman who says they can't date a guy the same height as them because they like to wear heels. If Kyler Murray fails, it won't be because of his height. It will be because Kliff Kingsbury or John Gruden drafts him. Of course, when he was preparing to play Oklahoma, back when he was the head coach at Texas Tech, now Arizona head coach Kliff Kingsbury said this about Murray: "I'd take him with the first pick in the draft if I could." Well, you can, Kliff. The only thing in the way is the quarterback of his current team. Same GM, different coach, just took the 10th pick in last year's draft to get Josh Rosen. So what do you do, Kliff? Really quick, let's go over the pros and cons between Murray and Josh Rosen. Kyler Murray, pro, won the Heisman. Con, probably doesn't meet the height threshold for most girls on Tinder. Josh Rosen, pro, very tall. Con, didn't look like he was good at football last year. Kyler Murray, pro, deadly accurate and very mobile. Con, so athletic, he has to literally turn down other professional sports leagues just to play in the NFL. Josh Rosen, pro, probably got a good grade on this AP World History video.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Let's go talk about some world history.
I learned very much during this year's course of AP World History.
Con, has probably forgot everything he learned in that class due to concussions and
money.
Murray, pro, has never deleted his Oklahoma photos on Instagram. Con, deleted any chance Dan Patrick had at interviewing him during Super Bowl week.
Well, you can do that your rookie year. Wait, are we not going to get along here if I do this? I want to make sure.
Yeah, we can do this.
Okay, all right.
Rosen, con, deleted all of his Cardinals photos on Instagram and claimed he got hacked. Rosen, pro, read my mean tweet.
At Brandon Perna.
You thought I would stop referencing that, didn't you? I will never stop. All I do know is that if the Cardinals do take Murray, there's going to be a list of suitors for Josh Rosen's services that may or may not involve the Denver Broncos. As long as you're not short, John Elway will take a chance on you, no matter how bad you have previously played. Was Josh Rosen good last year? No, he threw 11 touchdowns, 15 picks, 5.8 yards per attempt, and went 3-10 in 13 starts. But he was stuck with the 32nd ranked offensive line, according to Pro Football Focus, and had a head coach that got fired after his first season. He only got 3.6 yards per carry out of his running back, David Johnson, and his best receiving target was Larry Fitzgerald, who is so old his age is no longer listed on the stat sheet. It just says Larry Fitzgerald, still alive. I think Kyler Murray is significantly better than Josh Rosen, but since none of his 42 touchdown passes from last season would count in the NFL because he's too short, or was too short before he was measured at 5'10", he will fail. His 69.8 completion percentage translates to 0 at the NFL level, and his 1,001 rushing yards from 2018 would be impossible to duplicate in the NFL, even though most running backs are 5'10". The guy is a legit talent. 54 total touchdowns last year. He's far more accurate than Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. He drops nickels, not dimes. Got to be 6 foot tall to drop a dime, they say. Even if he's less accurate at the NFL level, and it is 100% because of his height, he will still throw more completions than Jackson and Allen. Wait, sorry, never mind, I take that back. I forgot he played at Oklahoma, where they only started offensive linemen shorter than 6 feet to trick the NFL into thinking Murray was good. Like any quarterback, his success at the NFL level will depend on many factors he can't control, like his height, the coach, and how they tool the system to fit his strengths, a good offensive line, and a good set of skill players to bail him out, and, of course, good health. So yeah, I think Murray is too short. As in, he too is short like me, if he weren't 5'10", which isn't even short. I hate Kyler Murray now that he's not a short guy. John Elway wasn't scared to fail with too tall Osweiler or too tall Paxton Lynch, and neither of them on their best day ever came close to looking as good as Kyler Murray does on the field. So why on earth would you be too scared to fail with him? Is it because you might have to put him on your shoulder so he can see over a crowd at a concert? I don't know, John. I think you should draft Kyler Murray. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, at Brandon Perna. My writing partner, at WillKey6 on Twitter. Follow him there. And next week, we will get some free agency Broncos videos up. Hopefully just some general NFL free agency videos, so make sure you come back for that.